So, this is a 945, which is 9 by 9, which is flip 69 on the turnaround, on the balance flip. Okay, so, I was getting telepathic messages from Malachi York, and he wanted me to touch on the nature of slander. So this is going to take us back to the last live I did on my page, but it ended up getting erased. But I was addressing this young lady that was pouring salt on the Freelad Hoover cyber parade and giving her the opportunity to come and ask any questions she want. She said she knew enough, and she was quoting the shit out of me in her video, but she think that for some reason I'm on some bullshit, making some shit, whatever the fuck she think. Then I had several people message me and ask me if Larry, this is the funniest shit to me, if Larry worked for them people. I said, that don't make much sense to me, because who would be willing to work for them people being locked up for 50 fucking years? Cause shit ain't even reality. But the COINTELPRO, which I'm not going to play none of their videos today because I'm not going to let them delete this one. But let me get done with these invites and we'll get into this subject matter. Because it's easy, people is easily, alright, don't look like that's it. So, people quick to say, to post some dirt on a motherfucking name. Don't know shit about them, never met them, but they'll throw some dirt on their name. Right? They be talking all that old, I'm holy roller, spiritual, woke shit. But when they confronted with the opportunity to determine if they really spiritually woke by putting that shit to the question, these niggas run. Right? So since they like to put slander on people's name, you need to understand the strategy of what they call hang them in effigy. An effigy is the image of a person. So when they say hang them in effigy, you don't necessarily have to kill the person to destroy them. You destroy their character. You destroy. You talk about them about shit you don't even know. Accuse them of making alliances. Jay-Z is the Illuminati and all that old kind of shit. Ain't now one of y'all seen Jay-Z go to one motherfucking Illuminati meeting. Y'all seen him throw up some Rockefeller signs for his record label and say that make him be the Illuminati now. That's the most dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, but I entertain it because it's entertaining, but it don't have no truth value to it with me. It's more of entertainment, right? Like I like to watch The View. I like to watch Carson and Daily Show. I like to watch motherfucking Fox. I like to watch wrestling. That shit for entertainment. That shit is not to tell me what's going on in the world, but I can use it to read it like an oracle just because I'm psychic. Right? So, well, seeing him forehead to forehead with Marina Abramovich don't make him Illuminati. It can make him an ignorant ass nigga that don't know who the fuck she is. Right? So I'm saying is or is not. I'm talking about the nature of slander and showing how we don't have evidence to come to a conclusion based off of interaction with a person. Somebody can be good as hell to you and be the devil to another motherfucker. So now all of a sudden, do that make you the devil because the person that's good to you was the devil to other people? Not necessarily, right? So this is how you end up with the bad guys winning over the good guys, right? The bad guys win over the good guys because don't nobody care if Bill Clinton fucking little girls on Epstein Island on video. They more concerned about is Will Smith in the Illuminati? Is he into the adrenochrome drinking? I wouldn't give a fuck which one of them motherfuckers. Whoever did the dirt need to pay for the dirt. But if you watch how the human species move, the lowest form of energy exchange is called gossip. When a motherfucker don't know what's going on or they don't understand something, they gossip. They make shit up and they spew inflammatory rhetoric on top of something they know nothing about. But then when they find out they was wrong, now they dumbasses be sitting there looking stupid. Right? So everything ain't what it look like because it ain't supposed to be what you see. Motherfucker can narrate what you see. They can communicate what you see between them. And you will only see what the enemy wants you to see. That's why I told y'all, like when I was talking about that Isis Wisdom and her fraud shit she was doing, I didn't have no personal gripe against her. Like, I don't know her. Him, it, whatever the fuck the motherfucker is, I have no personal affiliation, but I do know this, that I'm always concerned when some strange person that I just meet come to me with some top secret information for no apparent reason, unsolicited. That always gets my attention. Who the fuck am I to make me so important that you got to give me this G14 classified top secret information? Where the fuck did you get? What make you think that you need to get beat it? How you know I'm the right motherfucker to get information to? Why you give me this information? I'm just supposed to take it and do what with it? What you want me to do with it? Oh, you said do what I want to do with it. So when I tell y'all I'm dragging somebody the fuck out, I drag them the fuck out because I got the evidence. I don't just slander people. I let them slander their goddamn self by their slanderous deeds and actions towards others. I done told them 1,000 times, judge not that ye may not be judged, because the same measure by which you judge other motherfuckers, that's the motherfucking stick you judging yourself by, because the only person can judge you is you. You your own judge. So while you so busy trying to condemn everybody else, you condemning yourself if you don't know what you're talking about. Because if it turned out that this person is right, I'm going to turn out to be right. 22nd tomorrow, motherfuckers, and I'm going to turn out to be right. When we get done hijacking this free Larry Hoover shit and fucking the algorithms up, hitting them in the pocket, I'm going to turn out to be right. At the end of the game, I'm going to turn out to be right. I done told the truth every step of the way and gave y'all the motherfucking supporting documentation to show y'all I'm telling the truth. And then I'm going to turn out to be y'all who was behind this dirty ass shit and what we had to do to overcome the obstacle. I'm going to be fucking right. I don't give a fuck about who don't believe me. I didn't come in this shit for beliefs. I came in to give y'all what I knew from our culture, how we determine who our leaders is in our regular culture without no motherfuckers settling on our territory as colonizers. Right? So when I turn out to be right, all them motherfuckers that was telling them lies and it sent their little cronies that they got deceived 100%. To antagonize motherfuckers on my page. Go to the back door and accuse motherfuckers that they know nothing about. Right? They must not understand how I rock in order to even think that I will have a motherfucking infiltrator sitting next to me and not know it. I could smell the motherfuckers. I know the motherfuckers that don't mean me no good, the same as I know the motherfuckers that mean me all the good in the world. And I know how to separate myself between the two. Right? I'm skilled at this shit. I know all of the strategies of the enemy. From the motherfucking Asians to the Russians to the motherfucking Italians to the Greeks. I know everybody military strategies. I've been studying these motherfuckers for years. And they keep doing the same dumbass shit. And we keep falling for the same dumbass shit. And I keep laughing because we keep falling for the same dumbass shit. It's a repeatable cycle. Find the motherfuckers who's supposed to be at the top, disgrace them to the people so that the people never demand that they answer for their condition. Because if you make them answer for their condition, then the frauds got to get out of their fraudulent position in order to let the rightful motherfuckers speak for what's going on. So when I get done being right, and when we get done getting the attention of the people, our people, we don't need the enemy attention. We don't need none of them niggas that's from Africa. We don't got no personal gripe with them unless they came in with the enemy doing the enemy bid. We don't got no problem with the motherfuckers from the Middle East, from the Far East. Right now, this is family business. This is about the family unifying together to get these motherfucking, get our shit. We know who the leadership is. All we got to do is use the oral tradition. Right? So we're going to fuck their algorithms up to let them know that we putting it in the public domain. Right? So you slander somebody. This is a COINTELPRO prime motherfucking tool of operation. The slander lays the foundation for them to do the dirt to the righteous with uncontested by the masses. Larry ain't our savior. We his. We got to get Larry. Why we got to get Larry? Because Larry represents each and every one of us. He represents Angel Bay. He represents Big Tookie. He represents Asada Shakur. That's why. He represents you. He represents me. The fact that we can focus our attention on one motherfucking leadership on the land from us that we know is ours. Right? And we know it's ours because of the way that the government treat him. They ain't treating theirs like that. They treat ours like that. Ain't got no they create a motherfucking criminal enterprise in order to put them in and then accuse them of it. But we so busy following what they say is the news, the mainstream, that we just go along to get along bootlicking ass niggas. You know? So long as they know that all they got to do is put on the news that you's a criminal and you already convicted, then they just put that shit on the news and be done with your dumb ass. And this is why nobody won't step up in our community to do nothing to help none of us. When a motherfucker get on top, he don't want to come back and help a bunch of rotten ass motherfuckers that pulled and tugged on him like crabs in a bucket all the way to the top. That's not the way this shit go. So I got the Knox from Malachi for the Nuwabians. So if y'all know any Nuwabians, make sure y'all tag them in this video because Malachi say when he get back, he finna set the record straight among those who did the dirt in the community because those were the actual infiltrators in the Nuwabian nation. He knew who they was the whole time they was there, but he had to leave them there in order for us to get to the point where we can see how they work. So when he gonna send y'all a message through the young elder. For y'all who know who young elder is, he gonna send the family message. You probably won't get the message because that's who the message is gonna come through from Malachi. So I don't know if it's going to be for the public or just for the family that's close over there where he at, but he going to give Young Elder a message to give him. I don't know Young Elder, never met him. I heard him a couple times on YouTube, but that's what the message is for the Nuwabians, right? Yep, the Young Elder on YouTube. Malachi sending Nuwabians a message through Young Elder, right? And I don't know if it's going to be a public message or a private family message, but Young Elder going to have a message for the Nuwabians, and it's going to be fresh. So tomorrow, we're going to get into the cyber parade. in the hashtag Free Larry Hoover. It's gonna be more than one hashtag opportunity on the Free Larry Hoover thing. Look for the one with the most posts under it, and use that one. But use all of them if you have to. It don't even matter because they say Free Larry Hoover, right? So we all standing on this shit. This ain't for the motherfuckers who came on slave ships, who don't feel like that they got no stake in what's going on over here. We just ask that they respectfully stay out the way so they don't get stepped on in the process of the come up. Because we don't want no innocent motherfuckers. It's the worst thing you could do is make the innocent pay for the dirty guilty. Right? So you can start now if you want to, sweetie. We can start whenever y'all get ready, but we just don't stop. Every time you do a post tomorrow, hashtag Free Larry Hoover till we bust the algorithm, hit them some bitches right in their pockets because they don't like nobody fucking with their money. And Larry Hoover is not tied to any fundraisers, right? Yep. I've been getting the word that it's on the TikTok. I don't know what Twitter doing with it yet, but we just got to go whatever motherfucking social media you get on, spread the word. Because we going to hijack their motherfucking social media. We only trying to get the message to us. Because we don't care about nobody that's sitting up in the tent on our property. Right? So we cleaning house. So we don't care about them. We only care about us. We care about how many of us is paying attention. How many of us we can get the attention of. Because it's our shit. If it ain't their shit, they don't, we don't have no problem with dealing with them later. But for right now, we need to get the message to us. Organic motherfucker. All right. So if Brother Umar Johnson want to be unapologetically African, we don't mind him he can be as African as he like to be. But while these organic motherfuckers from this land is on the move, stay your motherfucking unapologetically African ass out of the way before you need to apologize. This ain't none of his business. This don't have nothing to do with him. If he was a real Pan-Africanist and a real Garveyite, like he say, he would understand what a confraternity is, and he wouldn't be in our business trying to tell us that we came on a goddamn ship packed like a sardine, the most dumbest shit a motherfucker could possibly come up with and believe, and talk about he's educated. Talk about he's got a scientific mind, and that he can't be manipulated by the white man. Well, the white man got you thinking you came on a ship. You can continue to believe whatever you want to believe, just stay the fuck out the way of the organic people of the land. That's all we asking. We don't care how many of you niggas want to be unapologetically African and Afrocentric, right? We don't have no problem with none of that shit, because we was already doing business, trade, and intermarrying across the water before we both got sacked on both sides of the water, if y'all not paying attention, right? But this ain't got nothing to do with that. Right now, this got something to do with the organic people of the land, Big Mama boys, cleaning Big Mama house up, and letting the rest of us know what's going on across the land. We finna hit these motherfuckers in their pockets, because we gonna make them motherfuckers scream. Right? So, just let it be known. Right? We don't care if you unapologetically African or if Afrocentric, I'm a Pan-Africanist Garveyite too, but I ain't from Africa. Right? Because the Africans all told me, all of the Pan-Africans of knowledge, of learning, told me we was already here. Y'all already at home. What the fuck is you talking about? Right? Go back and read the indigenous books, they'll tell you. So they came up with all these color codes, skin colors, paper bag clubs, right? They separated us by skin color, the light ones versus the dark ones, and the Willie Lynchism, all that bullshit. And y'all niggas is still falling for it. I don't got nothing to do with none of that shit. It got nothing to do with me. The only thing got something to do with me is Big Mama told me to tell y'all who the chiefs of the land is and let y'all call them motherfuckers to the forefront. Because when y'all call them to the forefront, they got to tell you what the fuck is going on the land, who responsible for the dirt being done, and what we gonna do to clean this shit up. That's all I care about. I don't care if your ass came from Mars, Nibiru, Pluto. I don't care if you Ashtar Command, Pleiadian, Arcturian. I don't care if you a Wookiee. I don't give a fuck if you Jabba the Hutt. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you don't stop us from doing Big Mama job, what she sent us to, I wouldn't give a fuck. Just stay out the way and it's all over. Ain't nobody gonna be left behind. Cause she saying no guys and no little U's. You don't treat people the way they treat you. Cause if you treat people the way they treat you, you're gonna be a tyrant. Goddamn right we ain't black. Right? Black don't have nothing to do with skin tone. Right? They called us blacks because they attacked us. It's a chess term. And they called themselves white because they was the attacker. Right? And we thinking it means skin color. You know, I done seen some dark motherfuckers. My boy Taz told me on Taz TV, he said, man, he showed me a black motherfucker. I found purple motherfuckers, navy blue motherfuckers, hot chocolate motherfuckers. I never found a true black motherfucker. Even when they dark as hell, they got some kind of tint that let you know they ain't black. Some of them got blue tint, some of them got green tint, some of the motherfuckers got purple tint, but none of them motherfuckers look like Coke. None of them don't look like Coke. Even the darkest one look like dark chocolate, like chocolate with no milk, right? So, the crazy thing is, I mean, shit, melanin itself is not even black. Melanin is a dark chocolate brown, darker than chocolate, like coffee, like black coffee. If you put it in the sun, you're gonna get a brown tint, right? So, white represent death the whole time. All that shit represent death in the sense that it's a mental death, because the mental death allows you to take a half a concept and give it a whole false identity, which causes miscalculation. And as long as you generate the miscalculation, then somebody can use the miscalculation to mislead. And this is where the problem come in, because we too quick to jump on top of some shit, some bandwagon shit, and don't want to ask nothing because we don't want nobody asking us nothing. I got informed because I wanted to be able to inform. I went and informed myself so I knew what the fuck I was seeing, even if it didn't sound right to nobody around me. But I had to go and inform myself as to what they was doing so I can inform y'all of how to undo it. Now we gonna kick them in the pockets. And so, this is the part of the game where you get to see them buckle. So, a couple of updates for y'all. As of Friday, the corporation that was defunct has no more finances. So they had until the close of business today to come up with some money that they didn't never come up with. So on the Pluto return, which is tomorrow, which is George Washington's birthday, who is the motherfucker who issued the challenge to the Moors and the indigenous to tell us who we wasn't and who they were, right? All of this shit, my mama used to tell me all my life, what goes around comes around. All of this shit that went around is on its way back around, and it comes through a Pluto return. That's some heavy shit, right? So we got the 2/22/2022 portal. We got the Pluto return on George Washington's birthday. George Washington issued a challenge to the Moors and the indigenous because they thought we was the same, but we ain't. And when they found out now that we ain't the same and that I can tell the difference between us and them wherever they meet. And when they send they motherfucking, because Elijah said the last trick the devil gonna do is to just freely offer you his woman, but he ain't never tell you his woman was gonna smell like a half a cow, right? Because our women believe in yoni care. Like that's like a big thing because the yoni is the portal of life, and the portal of life is a sacred place. And the desecration of the sacred place comes in the form of mastectomies and hysterectomies. So if we understood that by watching how our people move, watch how they move, we reverence the womb and they despise it. That doesn't make sense. How do you despise the womb when you come from one? But they don't have that respect for the womb. They got a greater respect for the phallus. You can't grow in the phallus for 9 months. It's just not going to happen. Right? So we can push this patriarchal bullshit agenda, or we can go back to us. I vote for go back to us. So I tell y'all the secret. The secret is them niggas that don't want to be black don't have to be black. You know, because all of us wasn't intended to be in the war. All of us wasn't part of the war. You got to remember, everybody didn't sign treaties with these motherfuckers. Some of us ain't never stopped fighting. That's why they got blowed up shit all over this bitch, flooded out cities all over this bitch, castles that's abandoned all over this bitch, because all the motherfuckers that lived in the castles went to fighting Seminole Wars. All the motherfuckers lived in the castle went to fighting Seminole Wars. Ain't nobody staying in Big Mama house if Big Mama ain't safe to come home. That's just the way it is. We ain't letting nobody stay in there, and y'all ain't either. Right? So some of them, they turned into prisons. Right? Them the ones that they didn't know what to do with. They turned them into prisons. Stinking ass motherfuckers. But I'm making shit up. When you can go look at this shit. You can go look in the Smithsonian and they got all of the artifacts to tell you that we was over here the whole time. Right? That this has always been the great melding pot. That's not a Eurocentric terminology applied to the land. That's their understanding of the land before they ever came here. Right? Then also, this motherfucker over here didn't believe in, if you had a voice, unless you proved yourself to be a liar, your voice had legitimacy until we can analyze what you saying. We didn't just take your word for it, but we didn't discount what you said. We went and used it as a foundational tool to do a research to determine if we need to pay attention to what the fuck you saying. Because you might be telling us exactly how to get out of the problem, but we so used to now listening to the other man that we don't give a fuck what's going on with the brother man. Right? So, in academia, they was calling us Negroes, the coloreds, the African Americans, and all that shit. But in the hood, we was greeting each other. What's happening, brother? What's going on, blood? Wait a minute. Brothers. That's what Stone's vice lords call each other. Blood. That's what them bloods in L.A. call each other. Wait a minute. We'd been knowing who we was the whole time and been calling ourselves who we were without even knowing we was identifying ourselves to one another in the presence of everybody, and they made fun of us and called it blaxploitation. Pay attention to the exaggeration, because the exaggeration is the thing that says pay attention. And if you pay attention to the exaggeration, you'll find a whole revelation of a nation that's been percolating under the bottom the whole time. Talking in ghetto code, did it eat, that, as motherfucking Gil Scott would say. Right? So, the parents got a language. The children got a language. They don't always speak the same language, but the children normally know what the parents is talking about. Right? So, this why we didn't teach our children to slander people. If one of our kids came and told you that somebody was doing something wrong, all of the adults addressed the issue that was in earshot. If the child was wrong, then they corrected it at an early age so he didn't grow up to be a habitual false accuser. Right. They started teaching Ebonics so we can tell them. See, you thinking they teaching Ebonics so that they can learn, so they can teach other people what we saying, but they trying to get us to tell them what the Ebonics mean in the class. Trying to trick the kids out the code, the ghetto code, but they don't know. They don't know because we talking half of syllables and broken words and ghetto slang and motherfucking country drawl. We got patois and Creole. We got all that shit in English language in their face, and then they gotta put it all together to figure out what the fuck we talking about. And because they don't know what we talking about, they assume that we don't understand each other. But I clearly know the difference between a West Coast gorilla knock and a motherfucking Midwest lion motherfucking roar. I know the difference. I know the difference between G's on the land and motherfucking B's and C's on the land. I know the difference. The atmosphere is not the same. The energy not the same because there's certain shit in California that you can't bring to Chicago or New York. And there's certain shit in New York and Chicago, you can't do that shit in Cali. They don't get down the same on every level, but on some levels, all things remain the same. The underlying principle is respect, is what keeps you out of it keeps you able to walk through different hoods with the least amount of resistance. I be telling people I didn't ever get when my mama cussed me, y'all call me a stupid motherfucker for getting killed in the street. Only way you gonna get killed in the street is if you fucking with dumb motherfuckers doing dumb shit and you ain't correcting them. So I try to correct every motherfucker and bring dumb shit to my door. And I still do it to this day. Right? I don't jump on motherfucking every obstacle to come to the path because some of that shit could just blow past like tumbleweeds. Right? So when I be telling y'all shit and I tell y'all to ask the oracles been saying the same thing. This a wrap. Which brings me to the next part. Malachi York message. The Stars family is here, boots on the ground. They've been flying ships around in the public for people to see them, obviously, and people still don't see them or acknowledge what they see. And these motherfuckers is waiting on the call from us to organize the move. When they make the move, it's over. Well, when we take over this motherfucking cyberspace and they have to address us in their motherfucking personal space, then they understand what we mean. Right? Now, y'all got to remember, when y'all hear me talk about UFOs, it's because I have no choice. I can't ignore that shit no more because I don't like to talk about it because we don't pay attention to what's going on Earth. So I try to focus more on Earth to keep your attention on what's in front of you, but now this shit is unavoidable. It's unavoidable. Now I got to talk about all these motherfuckers. I got to start telling y'all motherfuckers coming down here looking like horsehead humans. The mythological creatures and shit. They gonna be here. Right? You got motherfuckers coming to see the close of the age because they said that this has been going on so long, nobody could solve the problem. Nobody understood how we was being usurped the way we were being usurped. It didn't make any sense. So, they told me, see what I could figure out. And I looked at it over and I said, y'all sure? Because y'all done shut the door on my face. Y'all said I didn't know nothing. I don't got a BA. I don't got an associate. I don't got a master's. I don't got a doctorate. I don't got a PhD. But in this gang banging shit, the chief said, fuck the gang banging. Initiate brain banging. It's a thinking man's game. Don't get caught falling behind. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Put your motherfucking thinking cap on. Observe this motherfucking enemy. Noble Jew Ali said, study your motherfucking Moorish literature. Get you a good Moorish education. That means if you don't study these motherfuckers until you know where they thread for their draws come from, nigga, you ain't gonna never figure this shit out. Right? So when you add all this shit up, nigga, it's simple. They look like us, but they ain't us. They marry into our families sometimes. They try to steal our birthright with payments. They convince us to sign contracts that we don't even know are contracts. They use deception at every step of the way. They murder the motherfuckers who's rightful heirs to the land in order that there be no competent motherfucker on the land to reclaim the land at the close of the age. So now you see why 2012 ended up having to flip out through 2021. Because you needed the full turnaround in order to see the whole picture. Slow that motherfucker down and play it in slow motion. Now play it backwards and look at it again and tell me what you see. Right? This shit is real simple. I got the keys to the kingdom. Everywhere they hit them. I answered every gorilla knock. Wherever gorilla was knocking. Right? I never let nobody know what I was thinking. Because couldn't nobody think on the level of what I was thinking. So it was no peers in my motherfucking lane. Right? So, the way out, the exit strategy, mass protocol. Right? Because all of our oral traditions say that our word has the power to kun fayakun, be and it exists. Bring this shit into fruition. Only in the time when the most of us are in alignment with the divine creator will we get the results that we seek. Otherwise, we're going to keep suffering and keep struggling. I'm not going to be doing that shit. I don't have time to do no petty struggling and no senseless suffering. Y'all can keep slandering each other, backbiting each other, talking behind each other back, finding every excuse not to give a person a chance to overcome they mistakes and their errors. Never forgive a motherfucker they trespasses, and they don't never gotta forgive you. Motherfucking grudges. But that shit not gonna affect anything I'm doing. Y'all can go to hell holding y'all grudges, cause that's exactly what is an anchor. And if hell is at the deepest depth, that anchor gonna take you straight to the bottom. Right? So I don't get on this motherfucker and just talk about motherfuckers. Right? Because I'm with the shits. I'm with the petty shits. I'm all for that shit. But if it don't make sense, I can't participate in it because that ain't brain banging. That's some dumb shit. I'm not doing dumb shit. All our elders that done dumb shit got us in the condition we in. Right? All of our fathers who thought with their dicks instead of with their brains got us in this shit we in. Right? All of our mothers who believed in a motherfucker who thought with the little head between his legs got us in the bullshit we in. Cut the sex out the game, cut the money out the game, and tell me how you gonna level the playing field. Right? Cause I could do with it as well as I could do without it. I could be a motherfucking hermit or I can be a motherfucking, it don't matter to me. Right? So while y'all fighting y'all religious controversy, all y'all converts to Christianity, Judaism, and Islam arguing that shit as if it's the actual facts of your existence when that shit wasn't over here. That shit don't got nothing to do with us. But you are free to argue it as long as you don't bring that shit and try to force it on me. I won't dispute it with you because it's beneath me. Right? That shit beneath me. Yo, Judaism, your Christianity, your Islam, that's the shit I wipe my motherfucking ass with. Toilet paper. That shit's no good to me. Right? So why would I be telling somebody to follow something that I'm not going to follow? But I'm not going to tell them that they don't have a right to be as retarded as they want to be. You can be all the damn fool you want to be. Just don't expect me to be a damn fool with you. This is where we at in the game. Right? So when you start looking at other people to down talk, you need to stop, drop and roll, so to speak. Look at yourself, make sure you're not doing the same shit you complaining about, because most of us is complaining about the shit we doing to other motherfuckers, as if they doing it to us, and we ain't even realized that part yet. We bitching and vexing the grievance about the dirt that we do, because we ain't did the shadow work to know that all the time the motherfucker we been complaining about been me. I've been the motherfucker I've been complaining about my whole life, and all this time I thought it was everybody else. Check yourself or you wreck yourself. Everywhere you go, you the only common denominator. If you keep repeating the same problem, it's your problem, not everybody else's. And if you don't get the remedy from that shit, then you will never be able to apply it to effectuate a solution to your problems, and they're going to redundantly repeat. Because Mother Nature, she put you in the cycles, bust your head over and over again until you get the lesson. You keep going through the same shit like, damn, that's like the last bitch I was with. That's like the last nigga I was with. They keep coming back with the same bullshit because you in the same mind frame. As long as you think the same, you're going to get the same. So what we going to be in? Yasa Master Man state or I am Master Man state? It's your choice. I'm not with the Yasa. Right? I don't want no parts of this shit. Only reason why I'm doing this shit is because my mama and my old lady, they made me do this shit. They made me do this shit. Because they said, well, none of them other motherfuckers going to figure it out. Well, they all shut the door in my face. What the fuck? Right? They all said I could never figure this shit out. Stone the builder rejected, not a chief cornerstone. You don't believe me? Ask Angel Bay. You know what I'm talking about. So sooner or later, somebody gonna have to understand what the culture is and how to bring the culture to the forefront in order to exercise the birthright. The birthright is tied to the exercise of the organic culture of the oral tradition. And this is why we be talking telepathically, because we trying to cajole you motherfuckers into remember that these words that come out of motherfuckers' mouths can be twisted, but them images that come from the soul cannot be changed because that's written by the prime creator, Big Mama herself. So, y'all can either ride with Big Mama at this point, or y'all can get the fuck out of Big Mama boys' way, because they coming. Three kings gonna walk the land. It's as simple as that. So tomorrow, a big day, not just for us and our cyber takeover. Tomorrow is a big day in the star system because it's the Pluto return for America. Becomes the star system gives a big day to the land. It bring back all that go around shit that went around. Just come back. Chickens coming home to roost type shit, right? So I was sitting back and I'm watching the people try to slander the good people. People I know good. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, hold up. This is a strategy. This is a police tactic. There is no right answers. These dirty motherfuckers just need any answer to twist your words. Don't answer them motherfuckers no more. Stop answering them motherfuckers because they just trying to get you to twist your... They don't care about the truth of the matter. That's a motherfucking police tactic. We done been through this shit 1,000 times. Sooner or later, we gonna stop repeating it. Sooner or later. So I'm trying to tell y'all how to stop repeating it. We using the hashtag. So the question was, do we put Free Larry Hoover in Google search bar for who don't understand web much? The hashtag goes on the social media, right? I don't know. We could do it on, if it's some Larry Hoover videos on YouTube, we could put it in the comments on there to get the YouTube. You got the people that's putting them up on TikTok. You could put it in their comments to support that. If you see one, add one Free Larry Hoover hashtag to the comments. Try to pick the one with the most numbers behind it, but as long as it's Free Larry Hoover, all of the algorithms is going to end up fucking up their evaluation for their advertising dollars. Now they don't got no money. You're hitting them in the pockets at the same time. That's called a collateral attack. You hitting it from two angles at once just by doing the hashtag. right? And it's also getting the message to us at the grassroots level that it's time for us to make a move. And once we realize what's going on and we start participating in sufficient numbers, then they understand that this is bigger than one man. This is about us and the land. We got an intimate relationship with Mother Earth in the part of the land in which we are organic to. There are people like us organic in all parts of the land. These are the people that used to be called the gods in days gone by. And where you organic to on the land is where you come back to at the close of an age. The only time that all of the masters is concentrated on one land mass is when things are really bad on that land mass. America right now have more masters congregated on the land than anywhere else to resolve this matter. So today was a Malachi Z. York Nuwabian influence message coming off a Wind Talker channel from Chief Black Eagle. So you can take it for what it's worth. You know, we all on the land, and now we finna make these motherfuckers give us our shit. We finna make these some bitches tap out. But the path of least resistance by fucking up their algorithms after we done already fucked up their money. Right? That's gonna be a collateral attack. The algorithms is gonna it's gonna fuck up the calculations on their money. Cause they can't, unless they gonna pay Larry the money, then he don't need their money. He ain't taking none from them. But unless they planning on playing him, they can't use the Free Larry Hoover hashtag to calculate their algorithmic dollars and output. That's right, 357. West Coast not. Go on, hammer, don't hurt him. Right? So, I did have a lady wanted to come in, and she exited out, but I'm about to wrap this up. But I had to tell y'all, this is the end game. This is what they call the coup de grace. This is a moment of truth, right? This is the part where the bull finally see the matador for what the fuck he really is. And soon as Larry and them come out and tell y'all who behind this shit, they might have motherfucking pictures of these niggas on standing at the gallows down on Gitmo, right? Now I done told y'all King George the First of the United States was George Herbert Walker Bush. And when he was put on tribunal, he was amazed that we knew every fucking thing they was doing. So, I think that's all for today. We're going to be posted all day tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a live tomorrow. I'm supposed to be doing one on education in Charlotte Elizabeth, because she the one who was on the insider for the education No Child Left Behind bullshit. Yep. See, now, one of the things that I'm noticing is that people starting to pick up on the sequencing of the numbers, the timing of events, and and the oracles they off the chain with this shit. The oracles is really, go to your YouTube and look up the 222. Even if the underlying question ain't Free Larry Hoover, the energy they reading for that day is still the same energy. Even when they reading about something entirely different, they still coming up. They reading the same energy. That's a singularity in the making. Because tarot card readers don't come up with the same read unless they are on the same channel. And the only time they all on the same channel is when the energy is moving real strong in a single direction. They'll all pick up the same thing. That's why I keep saying check with the oracles. Because like Emmy Wu, Blue Rose, Heavily on My Time with Katarina Atkins, they be on point. They be reading the energy. Sometimes I'll flip out what they reading, and you can even go more in detail with what they gave you based off the last couple of lives that I did, you can match that shit up. Right? So that's not an accident. That's not a spur of the moment event, some spontaneous shit that just happened. That shit is organized by the creator because it all comes together at a singularity on a common convergence at one point. Hey, the Root Doctress, what's going on, sweetie? Already been breaking down what the date mean. And I also been referring people to that static electricity, because we are electromagnetic beings. We can shoot sparks off our fingertips if we could control our frequency. We ain't got to that level yet. You use Tesla balls because you could feel it. Once you feel it, it's calibrating. The body is a bad motherfucker, right? The body a bad motherfucker. Y'all don't even understand the shit that you could calibrate your body to do because you've been taught to be retarded. They put you in an educational school that retards your psychological, mental, and psychic development on purpose. Yep, all day tomorrow, we're going to be blowing this bitch up. We're going to be blowing it up so much they're going to be reporting on this shit on the news talking about Larry Hoover that took over the algorithms. Yep. So wherever y'all see it at, you can just add it to the comments under it to support that comment if you on social media. You don't have to be on there all day, but anytime you on there, drop the hashtag. Right? And it's enough of us to cycle it through to fuck they shit up. What? She said, can we use crystals to shoot the energy? You can use whatever you want to use to support the cause of righteousness. Yeah, so like they seeing the solar flares, everything. Yep, do the videos. If y'all see the people with the little video shorts, put it in the comments. Put the hashtag in the comments. Right now I'm not speaking on anybody's bloodlines because that ain't really important to the underlying thing. Once you get everybody out in the open, right? And Larry get to telling us, and we gonna start pulling some motherfucking secrets out of their Masonic doctrines, out their lodges, and we gonna be knowing who motherfuckers was, and was supposed to be. Right? Because everything they use to oppress us, we use the same shit to come up. So that's how we gonna walk right back to who we was, because they can't never change who we are in our heart. Right? All they can do is change who they want us to think we are, but they can't change the essence of who we are. And some of us just don't go along to get along for shit, and we can't get right. Right? Yep. Put the hashtag on the social media for any news shows or platforms. If any politicians going live, bombard they shit with the hashtag. All this shit is counted. It's part of the algorithms, right? And every time you put it on a different subject, that's a different cross section of the algorithm you interrupt. So if you put it on the politician page, now you fucking it up politically. If you put it in somebody's business page, you fucking them up economically. And when you put it on the news page, now you threatening them to have to speak on it, right? So the more you push it in more different directions, videos on YouTube, motherfuckers going live on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and any of the motherfuckers that we don't know about yet. Be on all that shit with the hashtag. Let them all count that shit, because when you get to counting it across all of the different platforms, then that's when we start seeing what the fuck going on. That's when we see the power of the self and the power of the people. Because if the power in the people, then exercise the power. Right? They keep telling us the power in the people, but the government keep raping the people. Economically, socially, politically, they keep raping the people. So if people want to take their power back, you got to stop the motherfucking predators from raping your ass. You know? Burn down their pizza gate. Bust open their Whitewater gate. You know what I'm saying? Overrun they Watergate. On the knock to the knockback. Any other motherfucking gates they got. Bill Gates, Kill Gates, Hillary Clinton, any of them motherfuckers. Fuck them all. Drag their ass out in the open. Let a motherfucker see what these motherfuckers doing. Call for the chief. Chief got to expose them. Soon as he come up, he got to tell us it was these motherfucking dirty politicians over here making deals with them bankers over there that came over here and put us out of commission. Well, we back in commission now. That's what he gonna tell y'all. He gonna tell y'all who they is, you know. He gonna tell y'all who was behind COINTELPRO. Names. He got the files to look over. Freedom of Information Act. It's been put in the motherfucking mini reports for him to organize the shit how he wanted to talk about it. We know what's going on the land. You can't motherfucking fool us forever. They say the prayers of the mother is answered through the womb. How long we been praying that we could have a motherfucking kid that's gonna fix this shit? Well, some of these motherfucking kids ain't here regular. Some of us was conjured the fuck up. That's what y'all don't get. Some of us was conjured the fuck up to tell y'all what the problem is and the solution. It's one thing, because everybody know what the problem is, but don't nobody come with no viable solutions. Malachi say that if a leader gonna be a leader, his plan that's workable anywhere gotta be workable everywhere. And if it's workable everywhere, it should be workable anywhere. Well, the only plan that's workable anywhere and everywhere is no big eyes, no little U's. We all stand together in our individual capacity, take our personal power back, and exert that shit at the same time in the same direction. That's it. That's a metaphysics for your motherfucking ass. So, beware the slanderers and the backbiters. Beware them black devils. Beware them white devils. There's some devils in every faction. Right? We ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Shit is over with. But tomorrow, we gonna get it in. Hashtag Free Larry Hoover 2/22/2022. And from there, I'm gonna catch y'all later. And we're gonna be back at this shit again. I gotta go see what I'm gonna post. Alright, I'll catch y'all later.